2. Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about what happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for interesting and important happenings, but to possibly even answer questions you don't know you have. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History, historical calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to these sources, the music in the background, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. And I know there's no link to this music because we have yet to get to that point, but hang tight. Anyway, I am Alexander, and we may or may not be joined by the Golden Loon here. And of course, you viewer are you. Today is Moon's Day, aka Monday, September 25th, 2023. Let's jump into the history today, shall we? Starting us off in the year 303 on a voyage preaching the gospel, and I wonder if my music is a little too loud, so I'm just gonna do that. On a voyage preaching the gospel, Saint Firmin of Pamplona was beheaded in Amiens, France. Huh. Well, I guess they didn't like the gospel. And in 953, we have Arthurius became Bishop of Luik. All right. And then 2 years later, 2 years after that, 955, the Bishop of Arthurius of Luik fled. So, I guess they got tired of the gospel as well. Moving on up to 1066, we have the Battle of Stamford Bridge. English army under King Harold II defeated invading Norwegians led by King Harald Hardrada and Harold's brother Tostig, who were both killed. Wow. 1212, Emperor Frederick II ended the Golden Decree Bohemia. Golden Decree, or Degree. Let's look that up here really quick. 1212, Golden Degree. I don't want an address. Hold on a second. Golden Degree Bohemia. Golden Bowl of Sicily? I think, question mark. I'm not entirely sure. If I'm right or wrong, let me know in the comment section below, and if you know more about that, then that'd be fantastic. We've just been joined by
the Golden Loon.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, you missed a couple ones here, which were really funny.
What's that?
On a voyage preaching the gospel, Saint Firmin of Pamplona was beheaded in Amiens, France.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's never good to lose your head over that.
No. Well, then, 953, we have Arthurius became Bishop of Luik. Luik, whatever
Loik.
that. 2 years later, 955, Bishop Arthurius of Luik fled.
Oh.
So they got tired of him. 2 years to the day. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Moving on back up on to 1237, we have Treaty of York was signed between King Henry III of England and Alexander II of Scotland. Hey, wait a minute. Which established a boundary between the two countries, mostly unchanged in modern times. Damn right my boundary stands. I am Alexander of Scotland.
I think they're trying to keep Alexander out.
I mean, that'd be a prudent move as any. We also have 1340. England and France signed a disarmament treaty. All right, that's weird. Back in the days of swords and boards, what are you disarming?
Troops.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. 1396, Battle of Nicopolis. Forces of the Ottoman Sultan Bayezid I defeated a combined Crusades army of northern Bulgaria. All right. 1492, crewmen on Pinta sighted land a few weeks early, and the Nina Pinta and Santa Maria.
Yeah,
so
same one.
Yep. Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Despite Leif Erikson beating him to it, and maybe some Chinese.
You know the jingle too.
Yeah, of course. That is drilled into your head. That, and the Pythagorean theorem. But God forbid they teach us about taxes.
No.
So.
Or how to budget.
Yeah, I know,
Don't
right?
teach anybody how to budget.
Yeah. We also have 1513, Spanish explorer Vasco Núñez de Balboa crossed the Panama Isthmus, becoming the first European to see the Pacific Ocean. Now, that is wild to think about, because you'd think Europeans would be by this time they'd be all the way over in Asia and stuff, because they've made it down through Africa, to the Indian Ocean and all that stuff to get to India. That's why they were doing things to try to find another way to India. Shorter route.
Yeah, exactly right.
So, but I guess he's the first one to see the Pacific Ocean? Question mark. Like,
that we know of.
that's recorded, at least.
Recorded, there you go.
In 1555, freedom of religion in Augsburg. Good. In 1560, Spanish King Philip II named Frederick V Schinnick van Todenberg as the first Archbishop of Utrecht. Cool. Good old thimblehead.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but I remember that picture.
Yeah. 1539, the first printing press in in America, set up in Cambridge under the guarantee of Harvard College.
Under the guarantee?
Guarantee, yeah. Cambridge and Harvard working together, first printing press in America, 1639.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
While that was going on, Suzuki Shozen, samurai monk of Zen Buddhism, found awakening.
Ooh, Zen Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Studied that for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You don't meditate anymore. Yeah.
No, unfortunately, I really don't.
You gotta get back
into
that.
Should, yeah.
I remember you were really on it with that for a while.
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, before you were born.
Well, like just a couple years ago,
I was doing it periodically. You need to do it regularly, continuously.
Yeah. Well, like every now and then, I go downstairs to go, to go do something or whatever, and I see you. You're like sitting there on the floor, and like so. That was really cool. Seeing you do that. You should get back into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1690. Actually, before that, 1654, England and Denmark signed a trade agreement. All right. 1690, public occurrences. The first newspaper in the American colonies in Boston published the first and last edition. Oh, well, that was short-lived. Public occurrences were closed. 1775, during the American Revolutionary War, hero Ethan Allen was captured. I don't really know about this guy. He was a founder of the state of Vermont. Huh.
Oh, okay. Ethan Allen, yeah. Okay. I've heard of him. I he's the founder.
Vaguely, well, he's not. He's one of the founders, not the founder. But still, I vaguely know the name. But
the Allensville, if it was.
Well, then going from a Revolutionary War patriot to a total and complete scumbag. 1780, U.S. or American Army officer Benedict Arnold defected to the British. Yep. Yeah. And like it was said in the masterpiece America, the motion picture, with George Washington voiced by Channing Tatum, from now on, whenever a friend of yours backstabs you and is just a total scumbag, he's a Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, I mean his name is equated to exactly that. Anything that is disloyal.
Yep.
You're Benedict Arnold.
Yep.
How would you like to have that go down in infamy?
Yeah, I know, right? 1781, between today and tomorrow, Joan Dirk scatters all the people of the Netherlands pamphlets. Okay? 1789, U.S. Congress proposed the Bill of Rights.
Yay, there we go.
Yeah. And then we have in 1804, the 12th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, establishing the procedure for electing the president and vice president, became effective.
Oh, became effective.
All right.
Today is an awesome day. Go back. What was it? It's the Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
U.S. It proposes. Okay,
proposes.
So it hasn't
U.S. Congress proposed.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's on the way.
Yeah.
I'm just a bill.
I thought it was a done deal. I forgot what exactly it said.
No.
Yeah, that's an important day.
It's just a bill. Yeah, it's only a bill, and it's sitting here on Capitol Hill.
You watch cartoons.
Schoolhouse Rock. We have 1820, French physicist Francois Arago announced electromagnetism in his discovery that a copper wire between the poles of a voltaic cell could laterally attract iron fillings to itself. Huh.
Filings.
Filings. Iron filings. Well, I can't read.
Metal.
Well, yeah. Yeah, filings of iron.
Yeah.
Like how you shred a cheese block, but you're shredding iron.
Yeah.
That's not how you get. That's not how you get iron in you, though. I mean,
put that on your spaghetti.
Oh man, you need Jaws' jaws, from James Bond.
One way to get your iron.
Yeah, well, from James Bond, you need that metal.
Oh yeah. Odd Job.
Yeah, no, Odd Job's the hat guy.
He's the hat guy.
The guy who's Jaws.
Oh,
his
the
name
big,
is
huge
Jaws.
guy.
Yeah. Like bit a pipe in half and everything.
Yeah.
1829, failed assassination attempt of Simon Bolivar. Simon Bolivar, rather a prominent historical figure. Spoken about him quite some time. Venezuelan.
And what did he do?
I believe, he was a key role in the revolutions against the Spanish Empire in South America. So he basically founded Venezuela, I believe.
Okay.
So
that's their independence.
well, he's the guy.
Yeah. I don't mean it's their day, but I mean,
No.
yeah.
Yeah. What else do we got here?
Fight for independence.
1844, Canada defeated U.S. by 23 runs in the first cricket international match at the grounds of St. George's Cricket Club in Manhattan, New York City. How does it feel knowing that you maple-loving moose people play the most confusing game in all of English?
Cricket.
Yeah, I know, right?
God, I wouldn't brag about that win.
2 years later, 1846, U.S. troops under General Zachary Taylor occupied Monterrey, Mexico during the Mexican-American War. And Zachary Taylor went on to become a president.
Yeah, that's why his name's so familiar. Okay.
And he died in office when he ate fermented cherries and drank milk. Yeah, that's how he died. Like some kind of weird food poisoning or stuff. It was fermented cherries and milk. There's probably some chemical reaction that turned into poison.
That milk wasn't pasteurized then.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
So,
but that's how he died.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a combination of fermented cherries and a glass of milk. What a way to go.
Yeah.
In office, no less. 1861, Secretary of U.S. Navy authorized enlistment of slaves.
Whoa. Read that again.
Secretary of U.S. Navy authorized enlistment of slaves. Well, I mean, it's given them more opportunities. I mean, I'm trying to find the silver lining here.
I wanted you to add, I wanted exactly what it said. Really.
Yeah.
And it's not saying whether they were freed slaves or they would be freed to join. Nothing.
You know what? It would probably be freed slaves, or actually, you know what? Probably escaped slaves, because this is during the Civil War.
Yeah.
Probably escaped slaves to go fight on the Union side.
They're not slaves.
Well, they still are technically.
Not if they're in the North.
They're not emancipated yet.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're in the North, they don't recognize that.
Well, one of the reasons why the Civil War even broke out is because a lot of slaves were not being returned, despite the North saying that they would uphold that law, because that was part of the law.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah. Well, no. One of the things was like any escaped slaves you found in the North would be sent back to the South.
Yeah, I got you.
And they never did that, and then the South was just like, "What the fuck, guys? Like, you know, this is our economy." You know, and eventually they're just like, enough is enough, war, you know? Like, one of the reasons. It was like a century-long buildup.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, this was one of the, you know, final straws that broke the camel's back type of situation. You know, because the North was promising to do things and they weren't, and then the South was just like, well, people keep running up there and they're not getting sent back, so there's no incentive.
If they had agreement with the South to send them back, then they wouldn't have the right, even if they joined the military. Well, once it's war, maybe it changes all kinds of
Well, that's
agreements.
the thing.
So then they maybe have the rights to grant them freedom.
Well, it's all about laws, legality, and everything. But like when it comes to actual laws, the North was not following what they were promising, because morally justified and all that stuff. But it was still, they're not following they're not honoring their word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on up, we have 1867. Congress created the first all-black university, Howard U, in Washington, D.C. All right? I really don't like it when there's segregation in any form at any time, but
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, I mean, even today, people are like,
Martin Luther King guy make everybody just appreciate you for who you are, not what your color is.
Well, I mean,
and everybody be far better off.
Even today, you look at movements like Black Lives Matter, and they're not even worried. Let's not even talk about the money and all that crap. Like, why are you so segregationalist? Of course, Black Lives Matter. So do whites. So do browns. So do yellows. So do reds. All lives matter.
Yeah.
Why are you singularing yourself out?
All lives matter. You got hammered for that.
Yeah, because of white. That's literally like they.
No, it's another conversation.
Yeah.
I get it,
but that was actually the reason why I said that, audience, is because that was actually said. Like in an interview, somebody was asking like one of these BLM people or whatever, why don't you say all lives matter? Oh, because that includes white people. That's literally the reason why they hate that. Like, look it up. Don't believe me. Look it up yourself. Moving on up to 1868, the Imperial Russian steam frigate Alexander Nevsky shipwrecked off Jutland while carrying Grand Duke Alexei of Russia. Whoops. Wow. Not good to shipwreck with your, head of state on board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, 1875, Billy the Kid escaped jail in Silver City, New Mexico by climbing out of a chimney and became a fugitive. Yep. We spoke about him getting arrested a couple days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Climbed out of a chimney.
Yep. He's the anti-Santa. Really, like he's going up a chimney instead of down. and he's taking things with him. 1878, British physician Dr. Charles Drysdale warned against the use of tobacco in a letter to the Times newspaper in one of the earliest public health announcements on the dangers of smoking. Meanwhile, I just looked down and I have a gorilla with a joint in his mouth.
Oh, God.
1878, got that one. 1882, we have the first baseball doubleheader, Providence versus Worcester. 1890, Sequoia National Park, established by U.S. President Benjamin Harrison, California's first national park and the country's second. I believe Yellowstone was the first.
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
I have
Let
no
me-
clue. That's a good. I'd like to know.
First U.S. national park. What was the first official Yellowstone? I was right.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Probably because of all the guys. But we've been to Sequoia, right?
Yeah.
We drove through a tree and all that
That's
stuff.
not Sequoia.
Okay, that was somewhere else.
This
then.
is that's next door to what's the other national park up there with the half dome and all that?
Yosemite?
Yosemite, yes,
Okay.
next door to Yosemite.
Okay. I want to go to Yosemite.
It's so crowded anymore.
I know.
It's just
I just
horrible.
that waterfall though. You got to see
I
it.
know.
That's one of those things you just got to see.
Yes, you do. And I've
Well-
seen it, and I don't ever want to go back to Yosemite because it's just. I want to remember it from when I was there 50 years ago or more. Probably more than 50
Well,
years.
hell, if we take a time machine, go back 3
I mean,
years, we'll be just fine.
Just to get in, you need a reservation.
Yeah, didn't you say it was
crazy.
like a year-long wait or
I
something?
don't know. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Anyway, 1897, first British bus service opened. All right, public transportation.
Yeah.
1904, Charles Fullis became the first black U.S. citizen to play professional U.S. football.
Ah.
Hey! And they then, probably went on to dominate, You don't see a lot of white people in sports, do you?
They're still there, but
I mean, I'm not saying they're not there, but I'm saying, predominantly it's,
well,
because, they're natural athletes. 300 years of slavery,
also that's part of it for sure. But
you
the
get
other part of
descendants
it
that are
is,
really
too,
strong.
Go down to your local park in a white area or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah, whites play
And
basketball too. Yeah, no,
but
it's
though you go down
football, whatever.
to Watts or a black community, and they're playing all the time. At 12 o'clock at night, they're playing ball out there.
Well, they don't really have much else to do, unfortunately.
Well, I'm just saying, so that's going to develop
Yeah,
better athletes, better basketball.
that too. Yeah, you have that on top of the slavery
Culturally,
descendant thing, and then the practice. Well, practice makes perfect.
And
So
the heroes in the community are baseball players or football players
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Kids going up. I mean, to be a hoopster in Harlem or something and be known for that is as popular as Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
In that
area,
New York area.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're known.
Yeah,
I mean, so the whole culture is so different. It produces better basketball players.
basketball, football,
whatever it
or
is.
athletes or whatever. And there's some of
And
these,
there is some structure to it too. I think.
and there are some athletes who are good in multiple sports.
Oh,
you know?
a lot of athletes.
Yeah, HEPA athletes and whatnot.
There's a lot of athletes in high school. It pretty well ends in high school that play 3 sports: baseball, basketball, and football,
Huh.
or track at the end instead of baseball, whatever it is. But they play multiple sports, especially track.
Yeah.
Track. A lot of football players, basketball players will play track.
Yeah. Anyway, 1906 here, Leonardo Torres Quevedo successfully demonstrated the telequino at Bilbao before a great crowd, guiding a boat from the shore, considered the birth of the remote control. Whoa.
Huh. Wow.
Wow. So, an RC boat or something, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, you don't play track. You participate.
Don't play track.
Playing's a game. You are running for times and things like that, or height, or whatever it is. So you're not playing. I don't know what the term for track is.
Running.
Well, running, jumping. There's all kinds of things in track. Javelin, shot put.
Maybe it's just called track and field.
Yeah,
Because javelin wouldn't be track, that'd be field.
track and field.
Yeah.
It's all one
Yeah.
deal.
Well, anyway, it says here, on September 6, 1906, a new demonstration took place in the presence of King Alfonso the 13th. Large crowds gathered in the port of Bilbao to see boat control from the terrace of the club Maritimio del Abra Sports Club. So yeah, remote control boat.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Turn of the century. A little bit past.
Yeah. We also have 1911, the French battleship Liberté exploded at Toulon Harbor, killing 285. Yikes.
And what kind of battleship?
Battleship, yeah.
Yeah,
Liberté.
something to do with ammo or something, I would guess. The whole
Well,
thing exploded.
Yeah. While that was going on, we have the groundbreaking began at Boston's for Fenway Park.
Where?
Boston. Boston, Massachusetts.
Now you make me want to hear it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta talk my Boston accent. Go out, get a cup of coffee, and then go punch somebody just because I'm a neighbor. I don't know.
Have you ever seen the commercial? There must be a couple Southie. No, two women. You take the parking spot. No, you take it instead of fighting who's gonna get it.
Oh yeah.
Something about beer or something. The guy just looks and goes, "What?"
They're having a positive argument.
Yeah. Yeah.
A bunch of Canadians. We also have 1912, Columbia University Graduate High School of Journalism was founded in New York City. So graduate school. So,
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Columbia.
Yep. 1915, Battle of Loos commenced, lasted until the 14th of October. Chlorine gas was deployed by the British, was blown back into their own trenches. 59,000 British and 26,000 German casualties, which is injured, dead, wounded, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. They got their own gas blown back at them, that's not good.
No.
1915 as well, the Second Battle of Champagne began with a French offensive against German army. It ended with French retreat on November 6. 1919, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson suffered a breakdown in Pueblo, Colorado. His health never recovered. Well, whoop-de-doo, let me play you the world's smallest violin, Mr. Guy who put in the frickin'
First
Federal
socialist
Reserve.
president.
Yeah, put in the Federal Reserve and totally screwed us, taxation, all that crap. 1920, Bradburn of Winnipeg, Victoria's kicked 9 singles in a game. Okay?
Kicked?
Yeah, I guess just for soccer or something.
Oh, okay.
So 9 singles, whatever a single is.
I don't know.
It's not baseball. Different single.
I know, but I've never heard of the term single. Single.
Well, I didn't even know there was field goals in basketball.
How did you not know that?
Well, because it's you don't play on a field, you're in a court. A field goal you equate to like football. You're on a field and you make a goal. You're on a court, you're not making a goal, you're making a hoop. It's just a bad term.
I failed as a father. I'm a baller. And you didn't know what a field goal was. Oh, I failed as a father.
It took you now to realize that? Wow. You are old. And slow. I love you anyway. Anyway, 1924.
My curse.
1924, Malcolm Campbell set world record auto speed record at 146.16 miles per hour, which has since been extremely broken.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that in a frickin' in a minivan today. 2 years later, 1926, Henry Ford announced an 8-hour, 5-day work week for workers at the Ford Motor Company. Yeah, standard,
I remember my father saying when he was a kid, they were talking about you couldn't, and I don't remember the number that he used, but let's say 40 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
The body would not stand the pressure going 40 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that had to be back in the early 1920s.
I thought you were
7,
gonna.
8 years old.
I thought you were gonna talk about when your dad first started working. They worked on Saturdays too.
Oh yeah.
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 Because you were talking about 5-day work week with this. They're getting rid of Saturdays.
Yeah.
So,
You're exactly right.
Mm-hmm. 1926 as well. International Slavery Convention was signed by 20 states. Okay. 1926 as well. The National Hockey League granted franchises to the Chicago Blackhawks and Detroit Red Wings. Okay, so happy birthday, Blackhawks and Red Wings. We can give them a cheer. There you go. I know about the Red Wings,
Yeah.
I didn't know they were that old. 97 years old.
Yeah. What was the date again?
1926. And it's 2023. 97 years. Wow. 1932, the Pune Act was signed by Madan Mohan Malavia and B.R. Ambedkar in India, reserving legislative seats for depressed classes, the untouchables. So I guess lower classes or whatever.
I guess
like,
so. I don't quite understand what that
depressed classes, India. Let me.
Pune Act.
You know what? I can do that too. That's a better idea. The Pune Act.
India.
It was an agreement, yada yada, on behalf of depressed classes and upper caste Hindu leaders on the reservation of electoral seats for the depressed classes in the legislature of British India in 1932. So it sounds like representation.
They were getting some representation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
good. Hoorah.
Hoorah. Yeah. And for further reading, of course, please refer to the underbar of the description below. Links to these collected links will be down there after this live stream. We also have 1933. We have the first state poorhouse opened in Sequoia, Georgia. In Georgia, the country, not the state.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So like a poorhouse. Or, hold on a second. Smyrna, Georgia. Let me double check. That might be one of the states, actually.
Probably is. Looks like it.
Yeah, I think so. Everything's like in English.
There's a map right there.
There is a map. I'm going to the wiki. Yeah, okay, so it is Georgia, the state. So the first poorhouse. Okay, interesting.
Today we need high rises, many of them.
Well, we don't need that. We need to because poor is the byproduct of the problem. We got to hit the problem head on, which is first
close the border.
The wealthiest of the wealthy have all the money. 97% of us are scrounging over 0.3% of all the wealth that the super elite at the top don't have. We gotta. I'm not calling for communism. Yeah, absolutely not. But something needs to be done. We
got a problem when, by the time Biden's done, approximately 1 in 4 Americans are going to be illegal.
1 in 5.
1 in 5.
Or has it gone up to 1 in 4?
I heard 1 in 4.
You told me when you first were talking about this a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You told me that by the end of that 1 in 5, that's 20%.
20%. Yeah.
So 1 in 4 is 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got that right. I thought it was 1 in 4. Maybe it's 1 in 5. Anyways,
well,
it's a lot.
Either way, it's not good.
Yeah.
One's worse than the other, but still. 1933, Netherlands opened. Actually, no. Before that, 1933 as well. We have the 5th extermination campaign began against communists in Nanjing and Jiangxi province, China. So, they were having a communist uprising and everything. So, I don't blame them for wanting to do that. They're probably getting exterminated themselves. So, tit for tat.
Well. What's his name? The founder of
Mao Zedong.
Mao Zedong or whatever it is.
Mao Zedong, yeah.
Mao Zedong. He believed in a natural uprising and almost bit him in the butt, and they almost got overthrown.
Huh.
They implemented. They said, no, we need an uprising to keep the people. I don't know his exact reasoning for it, but he felt it was really important.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Remember that one article a while ago? Is that one king or whatever gave his guy the authority to do whatever he deems necessary to keep things under control. So then a year later he overthrows him. Whatever you deem necessary. 1933, Netherlands opened up the Afsluitdijk, a dam and motorway that completed its damming of the Zuider Zee, an inlet of the North Sea, considered one of the 7 engineering wonders of the modern world. Huh. All right, well, let's take a look at this Azerbaijan, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce this thing. Images. Oh, okay, this thing. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. So it's not just a dam, it's it's a whole thing. Look at that.
Jeez.
And that was what, Netherlands? Because Norway and whatnot, 70% of that country is below sea level and all that stuff, so they're always at a war with water.
Yeah.
So, oh, here it is. Wow! Do you see that? Look at that. That whole
I saw
thing.
that earlier in the small.
Oh my God, that is enormous.
Yeah.
Wow. What else do we got here? That was built in 1933.
What's that?
33. They built that thing.
Oh, jeez.
I know, right? 1934, Lou Gehrig played in his 15,000th consecutive, 1500th, not that.
Yeah.
Whoa, 1,500th consecutive game.
That's a lot.
That's still a lot.
When you play 150 games a year, that's 10 years. Never missed a game.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
We also have 1937. Ildeus visited Berlin, named the Führer to corporal first class. And Ildeus is what they called Benito Mussolini. That was his nickname, Ildeus.
That's right.
Yep. So he visited Germany. Because we all know that fascism was invented by Benito Mussolini. It's Italy. And then Hitler just took it and took it a whole new level.
Wasn't it El Duce or something like that?
Il Duce, something like that.
Duce is what I seem to remember. You're right. I'm glad you pointed that out. I forgot.
Well, if it was Il Duce, there'd be an accent over the E, like Pokemon. So it's just E.
Oh, okay.
Unless, yeah, unless the person who wrote this didn't put in the correct punctuation, but whatever. Actually, you know what? Pronunciation of Il Duce, Benito Mussolini. Oh, here we go.
Benito Mussolini.
No, how do you pronounce Il Duce? Okay. Why is it a 25-second video?
Which was the nickname. Benito Mussolini, former Prime Minister of Italy, derived from the Latin word dux.
Second.
So it's gonna be
We are looking at how to pronounce this name, which was the nickname, leader, or dux, really. How do you say it? Il Duce.
Oh, you're right. Il Duce. So you're right. It should have an accent. All right.
Yeah, well, I had to go through all that just to get the.
Il Duce.
We got Mussolini right now, you know. We had to go through that for the other.
Yeah. 1937.
Actually, Duce.
Il Duce. Well, why don't we just call him a douche? You know?
Douche for sure.
Yeah, El Douche, you know? I mean, he certainly was one. He invented fascism. So. 1937, Battle of Pingxinguan Pass. Chinese forces defeated the Japanese army in a key battle of the Second Sino-Japanese War. Ah. 2 years later, Andorra and Germany signed a treaty ending World War I as Versailles Peace Treaty forgot to conclude Andorra. So, whoa!
Oh, kind of a little oversight there. Whoops.
Now, wait a minute. World War II had already broken out by now.
14.
No.
World War One.
No, World War I was long over.
Yeah.
World War I ended in 1918. This is 1939. World War II started in September 1st, 1939. We're almost all the way through September. So World War II has already been going on for almost a month when Germany's like, oh, hey, let's sign a peace treaty with Andorra. That's what?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Well, it was an oversight that nobody noticed till.
But Germany, of all people, like they're
Yeah.
they're a little busy conquering all of Europe, you know?
Yeah.
Like, why do they care? Where is Andorra anyway? Andorra. Map. Let's see here. Oh, okay, it's over by Spain. Okay, that's probably why, because Spain, so they were probably going to, like, give it to Spain or something, because Spain was neutral, but Nazi Germany had helped Spain Franco during his revolution. Because they tested out their Spitfighters and whatever during Germany. Well, the Spanish Revolution worked with Nazi Germany, and they had Germany send their Luftwaffe down there to test them before the outbreak of World War II.
Oh, okay.
So,
didn't know any of that.
Yeah, so that's why, you know, like on top of like already being technologically
So they
superior.
wanted to get a foothold with.
Yeah.
What do you call it? What
Spain?
No.
France?
No, who we're talking
Angola.
about? Angola.
Andorra.
Andorra,
not Angola. Angola's somewhere else.
Yeah, that's an African.
Well, they wanted that too.
Yeah, true.
Speaking of the Luftwaffe, German Luftwaffe struck Warsaw with firebombs. Okay. 1941, the Brooklyn Dodgers won their first pennant in 21 years.
Oh, jeez.
All right. 1944, Operation Market Garden ended in Allied failure as the last British and Polish paratroopers were evacuated from Oosterbeek near the town of Arnhem. Yeah, we should have never listened to Monte. We should have listened to Patton, given him the gas, and we would have just gone straight to Berlin with his tanks.
Yeah,
like
that's right.
Market Garden was
absolutely right.
Stupid.
Over way earlier.
Stupid.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the problem with war. It becomes there's so many political things. Once you go to war, to me, you're fighting to the death. So why does political come into it? No, never.
Really,
it always does.
Well, it starts politically, you know, because like war is an action of governments. So, yeah. 1947, Second Kings Film Festival ended with 6 different awards presented, including Best Musical for Vincent Mandela's Ziegfeld Follies and Walt Disney's Dumbo as Best Animation.
Ah, Dumbo.
Dumbo.
You gotta remember that. You had it. You've still got it on tape somewhere.
Yeah. No, I have it on VHS. how's the song go? Elephant fly.
Oh yeah,
You
I
know?
have no idea how it goes though.
And that character was actually named Jim Crow. Like,
Really?
honest to God, yeah. Well, they were all based off of stereotypical black people. Like Disney back in the day was horribly racist.
Really?
Like, oh yeah. Like, no, if you go back and watch that scene, you see that like they are portraying a negative stereotype of black people. Like
Through an elephant?
no, the crows. Like all the crows, they all spoke jive and everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay. Oh,
like,
yeah.
the way they acted.
I got you.
Their accent, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and the character, the lead crow was actually called Jim Crow. The Jim Crow
Okay.
laws,
Okay, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Well, I think that's because he's a crow, and they're black
Well-
crows, and that's where they're.
Well,
flying off.
but like they're obviously hinting at Jim Crow too, the laws, like.
could be
well, maybe-
subtle.
Anyway, 1949, despite 71 injuries, the Yankees have been in first place all season until Red Sox moved into a tie for first place. 71 injuries, wow, that's like, what the hell?
That's a lot.
That's like, everybody on the team is like, what, 5 injuries or something crazy?
I don't know.
Like, that's
No.
nuts. No.
Everybody's been hurt from time. Yeah, I don't know.
1949, evangelist Billy Graham began his Los Angeles crusade in a circus tent erected in a parking lot. All right.
Yeah.
While that was happening, U.S. Women's Golf, or U.S. Open Women's Golf, Prince George's Country Club, Louise Suggs led wire to wire to win by 14 strokes ahead of runner-up and defending champion Babe Saharis. That's a couple holes.
14 strokes.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
huge. And Babe, whatever her name was, I just remember the Babe part. She was.
Babe Saharis.
I just remember Babe.
Yeah.
If it's the same Babe, she was a well-known golfer. She lost by 14 strokes. I mean, that's just unheard of.
That is catastrophic. 1954, Indians won American League record 111 games. All right. We're talking about like the whatever Indians, not like the
Yeah.
Native Americans or the Indians in their sports team,
Yeah,
baseball.
Yeah.
1955, Detroit outfielder Al Kaline, 20, was the youngest batting champion.
Al Kaline.
Al Kaline. All right. Al Kaline.
Al Kaline, yeah.
Isn't that like a what is alkaline? It's a chemical.
It's the opposite. It's like soap.
Oh,
It's
okay.
alkaline.
Alkaline.
There's acid and alkaline.
Alkaline. I'm gonna call him that from now on. Alkaline. Hey, he got out clean. Hold on a second. I need to. Where are you? We also have 1956.
Poor Al Kaline.
No, I almost thought you were gonna say Al Qaeda. Al K. Line, duh. Like, oh god. 1956, transatlantic telephone cable goes into operation from Newfoundland to Oban.
Yeah.
Cool.
What year was that again?
56.
56, yeah.
You were 10 years old.
Yeah.
1957, 18th Venice Film Festival, influential Indian film Aparajito, directed by Satyajit Ray, was the first film to win the Golden Lion and the Critics Award. Alright. Cool.
And the reason why I remember that cable, because it was stunning to me, is they could go all under the Atlantic laying cable. I couldn't fathom being able to do that.
Oh yeah, no, they were doing that like all the way back in like the 1700s, 1800s maybe.
It was the first I was aware of it.
Hold on a
As
second.
10-year-old.
Earliest.
But across the Atlantic, I don't think so. That's the
Oh, the
point.
telegraph. 1850. The first cable was laid off the west coast of Ireland to the Bay of Bulls, Trinity Bay, Newfoundland. Okay. But that is technically transatlantic.
Yeah.
First cable from Europe to America. 1858.
Okay.
Transatlantic telegraph
I don't
cable.
remember that one.
Well, I'm actually surprised.
I just remember I was dumbfounded.
Yeah.
What would have been laid prior to. I was totally oblivious of it, a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
But I just remember that going, wow, how do they just get out with ships and lay cable like that?
Yeah. It says here the Atlantic Telegraph Company, led by Cyrus Westfield, constructed the first transatlantic telegraph cable. The project began in 1854 and was completed in 1858. The cable functioned for only 3 weeks.
Ooh.
So less than 1 week per year.
Wow.
But was the first such project to yield practical results. So, I mean, hey, it worked. So, I mean, try again.
Hey,
You know?
I remember for my mother to call her mother, my grandmother, in Canada, Vancouver, from LA.
Yeah, you had to call like a thing, and then like you wait for them
You
to
had
call you back, and then
you
the
had
whole
to call the operator,
yeah.
and then place the call, and then the
Your call from Cincinnati has come through.
and then when they put it through, they would call you back.
Yeah.
And she very rarely called. They wrote once a week to each other, but yeah.
You know how fitting. We used to write, you know,
Yeah.
and then we telegraphed, and then we called, and then we video called, and then now we're back to texting.
Yeah.
Like now we're back to writing. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then now, like, we're right back to where we started with ancient Egypt. Now, like, you know, everybody online posts things on their wall and worships cats and replies in emojis, which are just modern-day hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
You know? So, anyway, 1957, 300 U.S. Army troops guarded 9 black kids returned to Central High School in Arkansas. Yeah, more of that, that thing. So,
Segregation.
yep. Well, no, that was the whole like thing when they were trying to, you know, like when like the federal government itself said, "Hey, let these kids go in," and then then the governor of Arkansas like himself put himself in front of, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
are you out of your damn mind, sir? You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it ain't gonna work. Also, 1957, Soviet 7-year plan, 1959 to 65, was announced. Another 7-year plan. Okay. Was Stalin alive? I think so.
I'm not sure.
When did Stalin die? Hold on a second. When did Stalin... I think 55? 53. Okay, never
wow.
mind.
I would have thought it earlier than that. Good.
No.
pull.
No. What else do we got here? 1959. Hammer horror film The Mummy, starring Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, was first released in the UK. And you want to know something really crazy? 1959.
Yeah.
The Mummy came out. Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Who?
Count Dooku.
Who?
Count Dooku
Who's Count Duke?
from Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, like the British guy who like was, you know, a fallen Jedi and he became Sith.
Oh yeah.
And he was
right,
also
that's right.
Saruman, I believe, in Lord of the Rings. So
Yeah.
he'd also fought in World War II. He's a veteran. You know, like
See, going back to Stalin. I'm sorry to change the thing. Here's what's weird for me. This is just a personal level.
yeah,
He died in 1953. Oh wow, that's impossible. 1953 seems so recent to me.
oh God.
You know, I mean, as
yeah.
far as time goes,
Well, you
as
were-
history. I was born. That's
Yeah.
the point. I remember some things in '53. If I
You were born in 46, so you were 9.
9, yeah, yeah.
No. 7. 8.
8, 15.
46 to 50 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay, 7.
7. Yeah. My point being, you think of him being the leader of Russia in World War II. Okay, that's not that many years before '53, but I wasn't born, so it sounds like history.
Yeah, well, you were born just after.
Just after.
Yeah.
But I wasn't born, so the World War II to me is still history.
Yeah.
No memory whatsoever. Wasn't born. But '53, I got memory of.
Yeah.
You know, holy, but it's not many years.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, what, 12 years? No, 45, 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 years.
Oh, yeah, you were born in 40... No, you were born in 46.
46. The war.
Okay.
45. And,
Okay, yeah.
So and even Europe before then. So yeah, but so it wasn't that many years. But you just he only died 8 years after the war ended.
Dang. 1960, for the first time since 1927, the Pirates clinched the National League pennant. Cool. While that was going on, the Phillies defeated the Reds.
I remember that. They had the weird uniforms with no sleeves.
Huh. Hold on a second. Pirates? 1960.
Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah,
1960
unusual.
Pirates.
Yeah. See?
That is a little odd. Huh. Actually, no, it's a 2-part.
Well, I don't know what it was.
No, they had a long sleeve and then they had a vest. You see this?
Yeah. Well, no, they have sleeves on underneath,
Oh,
obviously.
I thought the sleeves were part of the... I thought it was a whole thing.
No.
Like the sleeves were attached.
No.
Oh.
It's 2 sleeves. Like
Okay.
I say, no sleeves.
Oh, okay. 1960 as well, the Phillies defeated the Reds 7-1, ending 16 consecutive Sunday losses. All right.
Baseball. Man,
Yeah.
they have more stats. They'll come up with anything at any time.
Oh, well, you know, if there's something you can gamble on, make it.
Yeah.
So, 1962, new painting of common objects exhibition at Pasadena Art Museum opened. First show on American pop art.
That sounds like what's his name?
Yeah. The guy with the black turtleneck and the hair.
Yeah, I don't know about the black turtleneck with the hair. Well, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Darn it.
Weird artist.
Pop art 62. No, soft art.
Oh God, pop art 60s. Hold on a second.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. He did the beer can or toilet seat or whatever.
Oh, the Campbell's a soup.
Campbell soup.
Soup painting artist. We're both going to be, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Andy Warhol.
Thank you. I knew it was with a W. I couldn't think of it for the life
Andy
of me.
Warhol.
Oh, right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have in 1962, Black Church was destroyed by a fire in Macomb, Georgia. That has to be a product of the Klan. We also have 1962, Challenger Sonny Liston knocks out Floyd Patterson at 2 minutes 6 seconds of round 1 at Komsky Park, Chicago, to win the world heavyweight boxing title.
Yeah, I remember that beating. Sonny Liston was really a lightweight, not.
Oh
not
wow,
a
he defeated the boxing cowboy. Wow.
And Sonny Liston then lost to Muhammad Ali eventually.
Well, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah. And everybody thought Sonny Liston was going to kill him. Not even close.
Everybody hated Muhammad Ali at the beginning.
Yeah, big time. Because he had the shtick of being super arrogant, full like what I'm going to do to you. Everybody wanted to shut this guy up.
Oh, he was a troll. Okay.
And it got him to the championship faster. Yes, he deserved to be there, but he got there quicker.
His shit talking, expedited the process.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, smart man.
Yeah. 1965, 60-year-old Satchel Paige of Kansas City Athletics pitched 3 scoreless innings.
Yeah.
All right. 1965 is what?
No.
We also have a Beatle cartoon show began in the U.S.
In what year?
65 as well.
Okay.
1 year later, smallest Yankee Stadium crowd, 413 people, saw the White Sox win 4-1.
Wow, that was so small. 400 people?
Yikes. Might as well button up for the day, That's nothing. Yeah. 72, Dutch Air Force drove away a Russian Tupolev bomber. Wow.
What bomber?
A Tupolev bomber.
What is that?
It's a big plane. Let me find it here.
It's a bomber. It's not going to be small.
Well, Tupolev is especially big. That thing. It's massive. That's a Tu-95. Hold on a second. 1972. Let's see. Oh, this one. Okay. This is a different. There's various because Tupolev is
that's not a bomber.
Yes, it is.
That's a bomber?
Yes, it is.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But this probably is this one. 72 though. I don't know. Probably be jets.
I would think so.
The Red Star is Is that Russia, or is that China? I mean, it is a Russian aircraft, but I wonder what the Red Star is. Anyway, 72 as well. Norway voted to join the European Common Market. All right. 1973, the 3-man crew of Skylab 3 made a safe splashdown in Pacific after 59 days. All right. Skylab, being one of our space stations. 74, scientists first reported that freon gases from aerosol sprays are destroying the ozone layer. Huh. So no more all the hairspray.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah. 1975, Jackie Wilson suffered a heart attack and lapsed into a 9-year terminal coma. Oh man, that's awful.
Yeah.
Jackie, I don't even know who that is, but that's awful. 1975 as well, Pink Floyd's concept album "Wish You Were Here" reached #1 in the U.S. Went on to sell 13 million copies. Wow.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah. 1976, Bono, David Evans, his brother Dick, and Adam Clayton responded to an advertisement on his bulletin board at Mount Temple, posted by fellow student Larry Mullen Jr. to form a rock band, which became U2. Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's kind of cool to hear little starts like that.
Yeah, we just so happened to see your billboard advertisement. Let me play you a riff. Oh, let's form a band. Oh, you down for it? Yeah, I am. Are you too?
You too?
1978, PSA Boeing 727 and a Cessna private plane collided by San Diego, resulting in the death of 144 people. Jeez. A PSA, though. Public service announcement? What?
No, that was an airline.
I know. I'm just... What is a PSA?
I don't know.
Pacific South Airlines or something?
It could be something like that.
PSA airline. Let me look that up here really quick. I'm just curious. PSA Airlines. What does it stand for, though? Let me scroll. There we go. Based out of Dayton. It's still around. Okay, yeah, it's still around. But what does it stand for? Pacific Southwest. Okay, Pacific Southwest Airlines. All right. No. 1979, Evita opened at Broadway Theater in New York City for 1,568 performances. That's a lot.
That'd be Evita, wouldn't it?
Evita? Yeah.
Yeah.
While that was going on, the California Angels won their first National League West pennant. All
Yeah, I
right.
remember that.
Yeah. 1980, comedian Chevy Chase called Gary Grant a homo on Tomorrow's Show. A $10 million defamation lawsuit followed, settled out of court for an undisclosed sum. Yeah, you don't do that. Like, that's just rude.
Yeah.
No.
Not back then.
It's rude, it's derogatory, and it's just plain uncouth. You know? 1980 as well, Jerry Mumphrey joined Ozzie Smith and Gene Richards to steal 50 bases this year for Padres. I wonder where they put all these bases. You know, like, I mean, I read the other day this one guy had over 1,000 stolen bases. Like, what do you have, a warehouse or something? Like you run out like a freaking what did we used to rent out? Like what's the name of the storage facility? Like public storage.
Yeah.
It just has like one of those just full of bases. You know, like what the hell,
I remember
man?
Maury Wills of the Dodgers set a record and stole over 100 bases one season.
Wow. We also have 1980, the first Congress of the Democratic Youth Organization of Afghanistan was held in Kabul. That is worrisome. Whenever the youth is involved, in government stuff, that, concerns me. 1981, Nolan Ryan's fifth career no-hitter as Astros defeated Dodgers 5-0. All right. Well, was Nolan Ryan a Dodger?
No.
Astro,
he
okay.
He became an Angel later in his career.
So what was he originally?
He was with the one of the Texas teams. Did you say Astros?
Astros or Dodgers? Because he was here.
The Texas Rangers.
Well, Nolan Ryan was in this game, Astros versus Dodgers.
Oh, Astros. Okay. Then
He has to be in one of those two.
Okay, I'm sorry, Astros.
Okay. All right. Question answered. 1981 as well, Sandra Day O'Connor was sworn in as the first female U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Hell to the yeah. And later we got good old RGB. May she rest in peace. We're actually going to talk about her later
really?
on. Yeah. Her lie in state. Yeah, I think she became the first woman to lie in state at the Capitol. I don't know. We'll talk about her later on. 1982, Keek Rosenberg became the first Finn to win the Formula One World Drivers' Championship when he finished fifth in season, ending Caesars Palace Grand Prix in Las Vegas, won by 5 points from Didier Pironi. All right. 1982 as well, Northwestern ended 34 football game losing streak, defeated No Ill 31-6. No Ill?
You talking Christmas here? Noel?
No. I don't know. I'm trying to find it on here. No Ill. Defeated No Ill. Northern Illinois? Like Northwestern
Is that
ended.
ILL?
Yeah, that's ILL.
Gotta be Northern Illinois.
And it just
Yeah,
says
you're right.
Northwestern
Yeah.
ended, so it doesn't even tell me who this other team is. So
Beats Northern Illinois. Yeah, that's Northern Illinois.
okay, I thought so. We also had Pennsylvania prison guard George Banks kills 13. 5 were his own children. What the hell?
Jeez.
What the hell, man? Jeez. Prison life must have got to him. 1984, Egypt and Jordan regained diplomatic relations. That's big.
That's always good.
We also have New York Met Rusty Staub joins Ty Cobb, who hit home runs as a teen and in his 40s. Wow. That's cool. 1 year later, 1985, Ricky Henderson stole Yankee record 75th base of season. Yeah. Yep, this guy.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, Ricky Henderson, yeah.
Yeah, he always has that not bad look on his face. Like, not bad,
I think he ended up playing for the San Diego Padres. I think later in his career.
Was Ricky
maybe
Henderson
thinking of
in the
someone
Padres? Yes, he was.
Okay.
In 2001 and also in 96 or 97. I don't know
Okay.
why they have it canonically backwards, but okay. What else do we have? 1987, Major General Sitvigi Rabuka staged a second Phaeacian coup and declared Fiji a republic.
Oh.
All right. 1988, Pope John Paul II beatifies Friar Junipero Serra, founder of the first Californian missions. Ooh.
No, that's kind of big. That should
yeah.
be highlighted somewhere.
It is.
Here,
Yeah,
I mean.
there it is.
Oh,
it
there
is.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Wow. He even looks like a friar.
Yeah.
A good old Friar Tuck. 1988 as well, Romanian gymnast Daniela Silivenis won 3 gold medals in one day at the Seoul Olympics, balance beam, floor exercise, and uneven bar events. Records record equaling 7% or 7 perfect scores of 10. All right. While that was going on,
Romania was dominant there for a few years.
super swimmer Matt Biondi won his 5th gold medal of the Seoul Olympics, anchoring the victorious U.S. 4x100 meter medley relay team.
Yeah, talked
All
about
right.
him yesterday.
Mm-hmm. There's that picture again. He's emerging from the water to take your soul. Like, 1989, archaeologists opened Titus of Rhine grave in Amsterdam. All right. 1989 as well, Boston Red Sox Wade Boggs was the first to get 200 hits and 100 walks in 4 consecutive seasons. That's impressive.
See, they have stats for everything. Everything.
Well, 1990, first 8 New York Yankees hit safely versus Baltimore Orioles to tie a record. Your point has been proven.
Yeah.
To further extenuate it,
Yeah.
we also have in 1990, Saddam Hussein warned that the U.S. will repeat Vietnam experience. Well, not in your time, buddy, but the next time we come, yeah, it would kind of work out that way. You know, Afghanistan.
Yeah.
1992, Gregory Kingsley, at the age of 12, won the right to divorce his parents and live with his foster parents. He took the name Sean Russ. Wow, what a little brat. What the hell?
You don't know. Wait a minute. You don't know.
Well, if the parents were being wrong, then there would be the court would step in. He did the initial thing, and like.
Yeah, but you don't know the circumstance. You know, obviously foster parents were involved for a number of years. Not obviously, but you would think. And he had a bond with them. He no longer had a bond with his parents. And now I'm making something up, and I'm just making something different. You go, wait a minute.
You know, that is a
Those
good
are my
point.
parents over there. These are not. These are strangers. I don't know who they are. I want to go back. It could be. It's a guess.
I'd rather be with mine. Because technically you are my foster.
True. Well, not foster. No.
Adopted?
Adopted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Never foster.
Never. What's the difference between foster and adopted? Like.
You came through the political system.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. 1992, Sparky Anderson tied Hughie Jennings as Detroit Tigers' winningest manager.
Yeah, Sparky Anderson.
Yeah.
Man, he was around for years.
Well, once
there
again,
he is. There he is.
Yeah, this word sounds like something a 2-year-old would make up, but it's an actual word. It's an actual word. So.
Yeah.
1992 as well, U.S. Mars Observer launched from Space Shuttle. That's interesting.
Yeah.
95, Virgin Records released David Bowie's 20th studio album, Outside.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Great talent.
1996, yeah, we lost him in 2016, unfortunately. The last of the Magdalen asylums closed in Ireland. Yeah, and now look at them, probably full of crazy people. 1997, Britain's Andy Green set jet-powered car record, 714 miles per hour. And see, that's something like, you know, like with all this lunacy going around, you know, why can't we make asylums great again? Now that is a MAGA I can stand behind.
I had to think for a second. What the hell are you talking about?
1997, and when I saw this, it immediately reminded me of Mom. Medical drama ER was performed live on TV, and I'm pretty sure she probably caught that. You know how she loved watching those, you know,
I
like
have no idea.
those surgery, you know, things,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like 7 times out of 10, like, you know, I walk in to talk with her, and she has, like, you know, somebody completely, you know, cut open on the television. I'm like, what are you watching? Like, a gallbladder replacement. Oh my God! How can you look at this? So much flesh. Ugh. Like, gross. 1997, the WNBA announced it will add Detroit and Washington, D.C. franchises. All right. So, in the year 2000, we have a U.S. basketball player, Vince Carter, jumped over 7'2" Frederick Wasted in 2000 Summer Olympics, known in France as Le Dunk de la Mort, the dunk of death. So I guess he just jumped over somebody? Let me look this up here. Le Dunk de la Mort. So, let's see. YouTube. Tube of use of tubes. Do we have it? Oh, we do. Dunk of death. Cool. Let's see that real quick here. Is this it? Oh, damn. He jumped him.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. Huh. What else do we got here? 2002, the Vidum event, a possible bolide impact in Siberia, Russia. I guess an asteroid or something.
I guess.
The Vidum event. Let's look that up here really quick. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. A large explosion was detected in the Vidum River basin near the town of Boydayabo in the Irkutsk Oblast, Russia. The explosion was so large the U.S. military missile defense satellites reported it. Holy shit! So,
Yeah.
but it was on the ground. It wasn't a thing. It was just a explosion. It left 1 million trees charred over a 150 square kilometer radius. Jeez.
Asteroid or something.
Oh yeah, now they're talking about lights in the sky. Okay, so yeah, it was asteroid events. Very much like the Tunguska thing. You know about Tunguska, right?
It rings a bell, but I'm not quite sure.
That's when like they all the trees like
oh yeah.
everywhere in Tunguska,
Yeah.
Russia, the thing
Yeah.
exploded. So 2003, magnitude 8.0 earthquake struck just offshore of Hokkaido, Japan.
Ooh.
That's not good because that means also a tsunami. 2005, Spanish Renault driver Fernando Alonso took third place in the Brazilian Grand Prix at Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace to clinch his first Formula One World Drivers' Championship. All right.
Congrats.
Yeah. 2007, Bungie Studios released Halo 3 for Xbox 360. I remember that. 2007 as well, Columbia Records released Bruce Springsteen's 15th studio album Magic, made with the E Street Band.
Yeah.
All right. 2008, the Celtic Tiger slid into recession for the first time in over 2 decades, recording a 0.5% fall in the second quarter GDP, following a 0.3% decline in the first quarter. And the Celtic Tiger, that's the name of the economy, the currency in Ireland? Okay.
I have no idea.
That's it. Yeah.
Is that their
Is a term referring to the economy of Ireland from the mid '90s to the late 2000s.
the actual economy, not the currency?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be weird. I'll trade you 15 tigers for seven
Yeah.
for 7 cubs. I don't know. 2012, 50 Taiwanese ships clashed with Japan Coast Guard in waters off the Senkaku Islands.
Who did
Ooh,
again?
Taiwan.
Oh.
Huh. Yeah, that was weird. You know? 2015, Bruce Jenner officially changed his name from Bruce and, yeah, so all that crap. He still has his dingling, to my knowledge. He's,
I have no clue, nor do I care.
I don't really, but
Let
like...
him do whatever he wants, it's fine with me.
Yeah, but people are going to start shoving things down people's throats, and I'm going to start shoving actual truth down theirs, you know? Like, enough. 2016, world's largest radio telescope called Tianmen, or FAST, 500-meter aperture spherical telescope. Okay, that's why it's called FAST. Has first light in Guizhou province, China. Alright, so cool. Telescope.
Yeah.
Really saddens me that one telescope, radio telescope, like, that where they filmed the final scene of GoldenEye. Like, you know, that huge, like, you know, like they were on the island, and there's a whole lagoon, and then the lagoon drained. It turned out to be a giant satellite dish. All that stuff. Well, it collapsed recently, a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah. The giant thing collapsed. Really sad. 2017 as well. Actually, no. Oh, this one's hilarious. Ex-New York Congressman Anthony Weiner was sentenced to 21 months in jail for sexting underage girl.
Yeah.
Sexting is, sexual
Yes,
texting.
yes.
And, for a guy named Anthony Weiner...
I know, that's the irony of the whole thing. Yeah.
And but it wasn't just this. He sent dick pics to everybody.
Yeah.
And he kept doing it. It's like, contain the wiener.
Yeah.
Please. Like, somebody put him in a fly trap or something. Seriously. But while that was going on, we also have the first ever woman graduated from the U.S. Marine Corps Infantry Officer course.
Wow.
G.I. Jane. 2017 as well, Uber's license to operate is not renewed by Transport for London in the UK, citing problems with background checks. Yeah, any Joe Schmo can become an Uber driver, and then it happened. There's a lot of kidnappings, thefts, murders, struggle snuggles, like really, really not good. 2018, and I will, right now, I will just say this until my dying breath: this man is innocent. Comedian Bill Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in jail for 2004 sexual assault. First celebrity to be jailed in the Me Too era because of the whole Me Too movement. It's just, believe all women. What are you, levitating above us? It just created this environment where, like, no matter what, they were right, you were wrong, and you're gonna lose. That, I do not think that Bill Cosby would be capable of doing the accusations he has against him. I don't.
I don't know. I don't have an opinion.
Absolutely not.
It's really sad because I had the good fortune to see him.
Yeah, Huxtable. The sweaters.
No. I mean, he did a live act, a comedy.
Oh yeah.
On stage, and he's the funniest guy that I have ever seen. I mean, I locked up. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do it. I just locked up. I was laughing so hard.
Like that one time we had that special of George Carlin, and I almost died when he was going on about the plague of Uncle Dave's.
Yeah.
And it was just a cascading event, and I just lost it.
Yeah.
2018, Instagram's co-founders Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger resigned from Instagram and parent company Facebook. You made a good move. Get the hell out of there. 2018 as well, U.S. fashion company Michael Kors bought Italian brand Versace for $2.1 billion. Wow, I did not know Versace got bought out. And actually, that reminds me, who owns Stater Brother? Stater Brothers, been owned fully, but it's wholly owned by. Okay, so it's their own.
They're still independent.
But then why the hell did they have a Target product? That was weird.
Yeah.
Like to give you some information, we were in the market just yesterday, and I have this app called Boycott in order to avoid GMOs, Monsanto, and all that yada yada. And I scanned something, and it lit up with Target, but it was a store brand of Staters, and that was weird.
Yeah.
So, we also have 2018. U.S. President Donald Trump criticized globalism and Iran speaking at the UN General Assembly. All right? And I am all against globalism as far as, governmental,
Yeah.
we are a global society, that is true, but we cannot act as such yet. We are not yet evolved to that point. 2019, Australia's Capital Territory became the first state in Australia to legalize recreational marijuana. Hey! Hell yeah. What else do we got? Why can't I tab to the right thing? 2019, Chinese President Xi Jinping opened Beijing's new Daxing International Airport, designed by Zaha Hadid. Okay, that sounds like an Indian name or something. Let's see what this airport looks like. Oh, that one. Okay, I've seen that. What else do we have? 2019, Hazza al-Mansouri became first Emirati in space and the first Arab astronaut to travel to the ISS, International Space Station, traveling on Russian Soyuz MS-15 spacecraft. So he's an Emirate. He's a member of the royal family.
Yeah.
He went to space.
Yeah.
The first royal in space.
Pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome. We also have 2019. Oaxaca became the second Mexican state to decriminalize abortion during the first 12 weeks.
Ooh, that's a Catholic country.
But yeah. Well, I mean, like John Paul II, actually, I think he didn't fully get rid of, but he said contraceptives and whatnot are acceptable now.
Contraceptives, I could believe that. Yeah.
2020, 18 people in a government convoy were killed by Islamist militants at Borneo State, Nigeria. Yeah. 2020, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I told you we were going to talk about her, became the first woman to lie in state in the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. I was right. So, cool. May she rest in peace.
Yeah.
So,
Trump got in under the wire and appointed another judge by him, as opposed to otherwise it would have gone to Biden.
yikes. God help us. 2020 as well, Magawa, an African giant pouched rat, was the first rat to be awarded a prestigious PDSA Hero Award for sniffing out landmines in Cambodia. Okay.
Whoa.
Cool. I mean, that makes sense, you know, like rats have a higher sense of smell than dogs, and they weigh less, you know?
Yeah.
They probably won't set it off.
Training them's got to be a bitch.
I'll just have them think
See
it's
the
cheese.
mousetrap, you're in that, unless you do this.
Oh, no, just get a block of cheese and make it smell like, you know, like plastique or something, which is explosive.
They have figured out a way to train them.
2020, Singapore announced it will be the first country in the world to use facial verification as part of its national identity scheme. Yikes! Holy crap, yikes.
Welcome to China.
Yeah. 2021, Farm Aid was held in Hartford, Connecticut. Performers included Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, Dave Matthews, Margot Price, Nathaniel Rateliff, and the Night Sweats, Betty Lavette, Tyler Childers, the Wisdom Indian Dancers, and the Horse Hill Singers. That's strange names. We also have the United Kingdom announced temporary visas to try and counteract shortage of lorry drivers for deliveries to the UK amid panic buying on fuel. Lorries are trucks.
Yeah.
So, 2022, Cuba legalized same-sex marriage as part of a new family code in a national referendum. That is, wow, Cuba. Huh. We also have the Lavender Cup men's tennis. London Team World swept final day for 13-8 victory over Team Europe. Tournament marked retirement of Roger Federer. All right. You know, now you can relax.
Yeah.
And President's Golf Club, Quail Hollow Country Club. United States won final day singles 6.5 to 5.5 for a convincing 17.5 to 12.5 win over the international team. 9th straight American victory. Woo woo! USA! USA! And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. Let's check out our link tree, links to our video sharing, streaming sites, social medias, our affiliates. Go check it out. And of course, these links that we've been collecting throughout the show. Anyway, for your dose of Passive Daily, we stream every Friday through Tuesday at 11 in the morning Pacific Time, which is 12 Mountain, 1 Central, and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For all of you and all of us, I'm Mayo Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe.
Good
Toodles. Thank you. Where's my thing? There it is. And that, and that.